Hi everyone. Well, it's official, I've done it. I have defected over to Reform UK from the Conservative Party, and I have to say it was a really easy decision for me. Despite being a lifelong Tory, I just knew that I had to back a winner. The Conservative Party is dead. It's finished, it's over, it's done. They're not coming back. And I need to be with a fresh, current, new party that's really going places. So it was just a simple decision for me. And you know, as an accomplished author and broadcaster, I thought, why not marry all of those things together and start a brand new podcast? So that is exactly what I'm doing. And it's an absolute pleasure to welcome you all to my brand new podcast, Grab Life by the Dorries. It is a political podcast where I'm going to be sharing my opinions on all things politics, be it overseas politics or right here in the UK. That is my area of expertise. Of course, I can give you lots of inside gossip about the Conservative Party. I can tell you who I trust, who I think should definitely defect over to Reform UK, what I think of the current government, what a mess Keir Starmer is making of things, the state of our economy, what I think about the current culture secretary. My goodness me, so much that I can talk about. But, you know, first of all, I want to talk about my defection. And I'm going to call it Defection Day. It was Reform UK's incredible conference. Now, as former culture secretary under Boris Johnson, I went to a lot of incredible events. I went to, you know, music events, love music, love a bit of Ed Sheeran, and lots of sporting events. And I have to say, I've seen nothing quite like the Reform UK's conference. It was just incredible. You know, when I walked on stage, and I've never been to a wrestling match before, but I have to say, with all the lights and the music and the fireworks, I really felt like a WWF wrestler. It was just incredible. And I did my speech. It was so well received. Everyone loved it. And I felt the warmth of the crowd. They were all looking in shock and I presume awe. You know, wow, she's here. She's done it. She's defective. She's so brave. I felt that energy. It was just so wonderful. So the speech went so well. And then afterwards, obviously, I talked to the press. And, you know, I don't mind. I've dealt with the press so much. So I was quite happy to answer their questions. Of course, they brought up the online safety bills. So let's talk about that here because, you know, the press can twist your words and they can edit things and make me look bad. So I just want, from me to you, I want to explain just once and for all the online safety bill. I created it, yes I did, and I'm proud. You know, I'm really proud that I created that bill because I created that bill to protect children from online harms. That was only the reason why I did it. And that was the only thing in the bill. It was about protecting children. And I made that very clear. I even put a clause in to protect freedom of speech so that we could still have freedom of speech. And I don't know what happened. I think the only logical explanation is I think the mainframe was hacked, the internet mainframe, and I think they inserted a Trojan horse in there, and that infected the system where freedom of speech is concerned, and now we're all having to use VPLs. I've even had to use a VPL so that I can see things, and it's just crazy, and I did not. I put things in there that would stop all of that, and now I'm having to, you know, navigate the same issues that everyone else is. It's affecting me as well. It's not just you, it's me. And, you know, that was not me. The only thing that I can think is that this was the final act of defiance from Rishi Sunak. It had to have been him because he had it in for me. He wouldn't even let me have a peerage. You know, I've talked about that before. So I think he has something, allegedly, I obviously have to say allegedly, he's a bit litigious. I think it might have been him, could have been, might have been allegedly Sunak that did that. If not him, then maybe actually Keir Starmer did that. to make me look bad so that they can blame everything on the previous government, which is what they do. They do that. They say all the time, the previous government. So perhaps, it might not have been Rishi, it could have been them. But either way, it was not me. I didn't do that. I set the bill up, but I did not put in that freedom of speech thing. That was not me. I didn't do that. So now we got that out of the way, I want to talk about talent within reform and bringing it in. Obviously, there's lots of talent in reform. I get along well with everybody. Everyone's really happy about me joining, by the way. Everyone's happy about that. I feel so welcomed by them all. And I think that I'm going to fit in so well, but I think we could bring more talents. So I have a few friends within the Conservative Party who I truly believe will really add something to reform. I'm great at starting campaigns, and I campaigned to get Liz Truss in place. I did a special thing called Just Trust Truss, and it went down so well, and she got in. So not for long, but that's fine. I got her in, and I think we need to get the true talent that is Boris Johnson into reform. I think he'd do great. So I'm going to start a campaign to get Boris into reform. Boris for reform. So I've had a t-shirt made. I think you're going to love it. We're calling it BJ for reform. Let's get BJ for reform. Let's do an online thing. Let's do a hashtagging of this. Let's hashtag it onto the web and get this trending everywhere. Let's trend it up. BJ for reform. I think we need his talent. Look at what he did. Look at how incredible he managed. He managed 2020 so well. He navigated that so well. Think what he could do in reform. Let's get him in. I'm going to start that initiative. Look, thank you so much for joining me on my first ever podcast. I hope you join me again. And just remember, when things are getting you down, just grab life by the Dorries. Grab life by the Dorries. I hope you join me every week where I'll be sharing my tits.